and welcome to this session in which we will discuss government-mandated non-exchange transaction. This series of lectures are part of the non-exchange transaction for governmental revenue recognition. Remember, under revenue recognition for governmental entities, we are going to be using for the non-exchange the modified accrual. It means the revenue has to be measurable. It means we can quantify it, and available. It's available to be spent in the current fiscal year, or the funds is available 60 days after year end. Now, knowing revenue recognition rules, modified accrual is a prerequisite, and we had a whole session about this. In this session, we'll focus specifically on government-mandated non-exchange transaction. How do we handle those transactions from a journal entry? What are they? So on and so forth. We already covered the derived tax revenues, the imposed non-exchange revenues, and you know what's coming next, the voluntary non-exchange. Notice mandated versus voluntary. Let's go ahead and get started.
Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, FarhatLectures.com.
Hello, my name is Farhat. You are here because you are either an accounting student, a finance student, or someone who's studying for their CMA or CPA exam. Great. You are looking for some additional help, and we can help you. I strongly encourage you to visit my website, FarhatLectures.com. I offer additional lectures, resources, including PowerPoint slides, multiple choice questions, in some circumstances, exercises, and true-false questions. Our material is aligned with your CPA review courses, with your CMA review courses, with your college courses. I offer a risk-free trial that you can try to find out whether my website can help you or not. If you find it helpful, you subscribe, you keep your subscription. If not, you cancel and your risk is free. If you like this recording, if you like my lectures, you would like what's on the website, give me a chance to help you with your college courses as well as professional certification. I hope to see you on the website.
First, what's the mandated non-exchange transaction? This occurs usually when one government entity, like a state or a federal government, provide resources or funding to another government entity that's at a lower level. Like, for example, let's assume this is the state government, and they send funding to the school district. It's another government entity at a lower level. Okay, for this transfer, there's an acceptance and use requirement. First, the school district must accept this grant. They must accept this funds. One, that's fine. However, although they accept it, now they want to make sure those funds are used for a specific condition. Those are mandated. They have to meet the eligibility requirement, the condition for whatever this money has to be spent for. Is it on hot meals for poor kids? Is it for upgrading the computer lab? Is it for having a robotic mini lab? Whatever it is, it has to be used for their intended purpose. So keep that in mind because they are mandated. So when would the revenue and the asset will be recognized? Well, the revenue will be recognized when all eligibility requirements have been satisfied. So when would the local government says, well, this is revenue for me? Well, if I met the eligibility requirement, and the eligibility requirement could also be time related. Time related means the money is available to be spent in a particular year. Well, if that's the case, then you cannot spend that money until we get to that particular year. That's one thing. So if the funds are restricted for use in a particular fiscal year, revenue cannot be recognized until that future period. That's fine. Now, asset. Okay, revenue, we already know this. It has to meet eligibility requirement. What about the asset? It's either when we meet all eligibility requirement or when we receive the funds. If we receive the funds, we cannot run away from it. We have to debit an asset. So if the state government wires the money to you, you have money in your bank account, you have to debit cash. Well, what do you credit? Well, it all depends whether I credit revenue or I credit a liability. We'll see how it works. Let's Let's take a look at this straightforward multiple choice question from Farhat Lectures. When a government gives value without receiving equal value in exchange, the transaction will be referred to as what? Is it an exchange, non-exchange, unfair, equity? Well, unfair, take it out, because who determines what something is fair or not? Equity transaction, this is more like business, take it out. So is it exchange or non-exchange? Pretty straightforward. The government gives a value without receiving an equal exchange. It's a non-exchange. So the value being transacted here, one party is getting more than the other. Now usually the government gets more, but beside the point, it does not really matter. But that's a definition of a non-exchange. Remember, we have several types of non-exchange transaction. In this section, we covered one of them, and that's mandated non-exchange. We have derived tax revenue, imposed non-exchange, and the next thing we would look at is voluntary non-exchange transaction. What should you do? Go to Farhat Lectures, look at additional multiple choice, additional lectures, whether you are an accounting student or studying for your CPA exam. Invest in yourself. Farhat is always here to help.